This video covers some of our latest functionality, helping you notify customers about upcoming bookings or events in the calendar. So if we go to the web version and we go to one of our pipelines, we click on a project here, and we go to the schedule tab. We've moved a few things around just to give you more functionality around seeing what's on the schedule within a project itself, but obviously you can also access the main schedule over there. If I want to say create an event in the calendar here, of course I can drag the appropriate time slot. I can pick from one of my templates. This is going to attach a task automatically. So I click to add this. This obviously pre-populates the project details. I've got the event name. I've got that option to add the accepted items. I've got the tags. This has a default 1 hour booking slot, so it's just added an hour from the time that I started it at. It's assigned to me by default, but of course I can assign it to anyone in the team. Picked up the event address, i.e. the location, from the project site address. It's also picked up that at that event address there is an address contact. Typically could be a tenant or someone that needs to gain access. And then down here I've got contacts to notify. So these are people that if I set notifications are going to receive those automatic notifications and are also going to be shared with anyone in the field who's, say, using the mobile app and wants to gain access to the details of the contacts when they're attending the event. So I've got the pre-populated primary contact on that customer. Of course, I can take these off if I don't want them. I've got the access contact, so that key represents this access contact at that address. And I can see any more contacts I want to add. If I want to add someone manually, I can now do that as well. If I want to add, say, an additional email address and say who that person is, that will be shared. So when I create that event now, you'll be able to see how I can now click this to see the view event drawer. I can see that information that I've entered. I can see the task that got pre-populated, and I can see these contacts that I added. So I've got this little bell indicates that they will be notified on upcoming updates, and this one is the access contact. But now we've got this functionality to send the event confirmation details manually just by clicking a button. So if I click that, say I've just moved it or like whatever I've done, I've just booked it in. I want to just send these details. It's got the reference of the project, it's got the customer name, and it's got the event location address in the subject line of the email. Obviously you can change that. And then it just has this default text, booking confirmed for Tuesday the 13th of February at 9 a.m. The following address, thanks, your company name. Of course I can edit any of this if I want to, but anytime I book it or move it, I can just send that event confirmation directly to the customer. Now I've refreshed my activity timeline here, I can see the email details that have been sent to that client. So it's got that booking text, so I know what's been sent. So say I change the address, I can see what's been sent previously, and I can send an update to that. And the other thing to cover now is the automatic reminders that I can set up under my company. So if I go to my company and schedule, I've now got the ability to set up automated event reminders that will go to the contacts to notify in that create event modal that we saw down at the bottom. They will get these. So I can set up, it's quite flexible now, I can set email or SMS. If I send an email, I can also choose to include the description on that event. Now, obviously, you need to be conscious that that needs to have, if I'm using that, if I've set that up to include the description, then the description always needs to be written for the customer or relevant to the contacts to notify. So just be conscious of that. If it's an SMS, obviously I don't want to include all that text in an SMS, but I can set them up as day before, hours before, minutes before, so it gives you full flexibility to set those up. Clearly, we have the automations as well, which allows you to do much more powerful automations where you can filter them by tags and all sorts of things there, but just simple event reminders, sending those confirmations, and setting them up to make sure that they get those based on the contacts to notify in the event can all be done now and is actually quite a lot simpler.